Early childhood development, ECD education, is the cornerstone upon which a child's future is built, and it focuses on nurturing and supporting their physical, cognitive, emotional, and social development from birth through the early years of life. In order to promote ECD education, the CCEP Synod of Livingstonia, through its ECD Department, is implementing the School Readiness Initiative Malawi project with funding from Roger Federer Foundation, RFF in Mzimba, Karonga, and Nkatabe districts.
School Readiness Initiative project. It is a project whereby children are ready for the schools, and even the schools are ready for the children as well. So in this project, mainly we have got 3 objectives. The first objective is about joint responsibility. We do enhance joint responsibility. If we are talking about enhancing joint responsibility, we mean that every stakeholder should take part in terms of implementing ECD activities in the community, especially in the school readiness. The second objective is to give capacity to the caregivers. Giving the capacity to the caregivers, it means that we have provided the tablet whereby it is installed with the Child Steps app, know-how app, and even the toolbox. So it means in Child Steps they're able to assess the children. Then in know-how they're able to do the self-guided course. And in toolbox, there are so many books, including the ECD training manual, and even the syllabus as well, it is there. Then the last one is to have access to ECD services. In having access to ECD services, we're talking about the children. They should have access to ECD services. How should they have access? They should have conducive environment for learning. They should as well have good classrooms, well-ventilated classrooms. They should have the classrooms which have talking walls. They should have a good play area. They should have all the 8 learning play areas.
That time, children were unable to read, but nowadays children are light and read. Coming of Synod of Livingstonia, we are dealing with these challenges. Yeah, so I can say that nowadays we don't have challenge of finance.
This kiosk, we have a lot of things what we do in the tablet. But in terms of inside what we have in tablet, we have assessment, then attendance register we do, and we have also syllabus. We use syllabus. Because as of now, we cannot teach kids from anywhere, but we take lessons from syllabus.
This far, the project is reaching out to over 20,000 vulnerable children in 295 CBCCs with at least one quality pre-primary class. The project is also working with 60 CBCCs and 18 primary schools in Nkatabe, 60 CBCCs and 19 primary schools in Karonga, and 100 CBCCs and 28 primary schools in Mzimba.
Most of the caregivers have not been trained. It could be due to lack of continuity because these caregivers are not paid. They're only volunteers, most of them. So whenever they find something, they leave caregiving and join that. So we've always been training caregivers, and that is a big gap.
The main reason why we had partnered with Livingstonia Synod is because of their footprint in the northern region and also in central region on ECD, including the capacity which they have in training ECD caregivers. So later we also work together in ELK, which is a very good innovative program which is impacting ECD children in many areas where we are working. To add on that, they also came in with funding. This funding was more or less like a revolving fund, whereby they are providing funds to CBCCs so that they can be utilizing those funds revolving within the center, so that can be some kind of incentive for caregivers who are not being paid, who are just doing that on a voluntary basis, so that they should be encouraged to keep on doing these things. So with this trend, I think we are able to even continue sustain the interventions even after the project phases out.
Another area is that we have a good structure. We have trainers of trainers, which is a structure probably unique in terms of the synod of what we call area development presbytery trainers. These had to go to Chancellor College so that they can be training other caregivers. So they're across the country, either they're in Central Region, they're here in Northern Region. Once the project, for example, phases out, these people are already there in the community, so they provide continued care and support and trainings. So that's also a remarkable kind of a structure. So for us, we don't only depend on the child protection workers, for example, in terms of sustainability, but these EBTs, early childhood presbytery trainers, they're very key in terms of also issues of sustainability.
There are so many caregivers out there who are not well trained, who have a little capacity with what they are supposed to be doing. So the help desk is there to bridge the gap, to be assisting in responding to inquiries, to challenges that are being faced with the caregivers. For instance, the help desk is at the moment it has a toll-free line whereby nationwide caregivers can be calling to be making their complaints and getting assistance in their endeavors from wherever they are, the home Malawi.
If the government should also be able to hugely fund early childhood development, because this is the key for human capital development. That would also do where even the government should be able to monitor services, should be able to look at quality early childhood development services and quality assurance. That would be very helpful. So that would be another area to say, apart from the development partners, the government itself has to own it, provide adequate funding for early childhood development sector, because this is key for human capital development in Malawi.